Hey James.
Yeah, hello.
Did you have a smooth ride?
Oh yes, magic carpet. Yes.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Behold the inside.
Amazing.
It's the future.
The future's here. So we did this video before and I deleted it.
Yeah.
As I do. But tell me what excites you about the Insight?
I think this is just something I don't have or have never really owned. I haven't really owned something that's so. It's more like a concept car. It's a bit of a
Proof of concept?
Yeah, it's a proof of concept. Like Honda are so forward thinking. They all sometimes are. They really are. And as soon as I heard this one was for sale and it was just down the road, I thought, oh, I've got to go and have a look. And to have the sort of rear wheel spats, it is like being in Blade Runner. It is like being a cop hunting androids in the future. Every trip is magical. I love it.
That's pure alloy rims as well, isn't it?
Yeah, either aluminium or magnesium. I can't remember which.
Yeah.
Something that's on the periodic
Light.
table that's not.
It's not thick because I can feel the thickness in here. It's not.
Everything is wafer thin. Like all the body panels are wafer thin. Everything flexes as you move it, as you push it. I mean, it's what, 750 kilos soaking wet.
Wow.
So it is an incredibly slippery.
And this is the
machine.
first step to electric cars. Really, it was a hybrid.
Yes. So you've got a very big battery in here, which is by these standards.
We'll look at that later because we've already got
rudimentary.
luggage in there still.
Yeah, we'll take all that out. But it was it was more about efficiency, whereas today's electric vehicles seem to have somehow slewed towards overweight, battery-packed,
Luxury,
tax-efficient, luxury, overpriced things.
We can go on and on about that for hours, can we? It really has.
Please see our second channel for that.
Yeah.
But this one was more about efficiency. What's the highest grade materials and the lightest weight?
Yeah.
And the principle was sort of a Colin
Miles
Chapman,
per hour.
miles per gallon. Yeah, miles per gallon rather than miles per hour.
Yeah, well, miles per. Yeah, exactly.
And I love
Sorry.
things like these rear wheel spats are quite spectacular.
Well, I was just about to say, like, who has fender skirts
Citroen SM.
in this century?
Yeah. Yeah, in this century. I'm sure there was a weird Chrysler, but the Citroen SM, the DS, this is what it reminded me of, more of a Citroen. And people still come up to me and say, is it a new car? Is this a new idea?
Yeah,
And
well, it easily could be. But the only difference with a new car, you wouldn't have real gauges inside.
Yeah.
You just have like a laptop or a tablet.
touchscreen, yeah. And
Can
so
we go inside? and have a
Yeah,
look?
of course, yeah. So this is incredibly attractive. Everything is very light. Feel the door. Did you see that before? It's like,
yeah.
It's like having a sort of chocolate wafer. as
I'm
a
going to
door.
sit in it if you don't mind.
Do it. Yeah. There are a couple of mods since I bought it. I've got a Honda S2000 steering wheel.
Yeah,
which
that's
is just real
sweet.
leather rather than plastic because it's done almost 197,000
You actually
miles.
you added like 5% weight to the car there.
That's true. I should probably just unstitch it and and then a little gear knob. And I made sure that was the same weight as the original one.
That's very cool.
But that was, you can imagine, after 197,000 miles, both of the things that the owners touch were not looking particularly attractive.
No, I can imagine.
But do you want to do the dash on? This is its
It's too. I don't think we look at that. We'll come back at night after dusk. We'll have a look at the party trick in the dash. Wow, I like the space age material as well. It's like a bicyclist suit.
Yeah.
Like, you know, those
sort of wetsuit. Oh, you
Tour de France kind of cyclist? Or
Yes.
shoes or whatever, football shoes.
This is Le Gilet Vert I'm wearing here.
What is this? It doesn't smell like wet dog anymore.
All right, fine. So these have a very common problem of smelling of wet dog. This is
Why?
just something because they leak here. All the clips and some of the trim and some of the sealant used to bond the aluminium cracks and swells and starts leaking in a vast amount of water.
Gets like it just hardens up basically.
Yeah,
Time,
and cracks and that sort of thing. So last couple of weekends, I've very diligently pulled apart all the trim, followed all those videos online where an American is saying, what you want to do is do this one, is pull up the bond here.
So we'll actually test that
Seal
with
it
the
off.
pressure washer now. And see
That's
if it's
true.
still right.
Yeah.
Good.
We'll see if I've been successful.
Proof is in the pudding, James.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I'm not going to criticise anyone for leaky cars, considering my collection of, you know.
This is why you built this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, very dirty, pretty scrappy, but it is still beautiful to my eyes.
It's a great car. It's
unlike anything I've owned as well.
Yeah.
So.
It's fantastic. Love it.
Indy seems to like the wheel arch.
He's probably going to wash it for you with this. What are you doing, Indy? What are you doing? Yeah, don't pee on our friends' cars. cylinders thumping in there. Oh, nice.
Now you have to enter your coordinates into the time computer.
Yeah, we'll
So
do.
which year you want to go to, okay?
Good. I like how your lights kind of match up in your stereo
Almost.
and the dashboard.
Yeah, almost.
That's very nice. James is so kind to give me a little Knight Rider experience in his Insight.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Alright, let's go.
You got it?
Is it first?
First, lots of revs.
Oh yeah, you need revs.
Need revs on this one.
Oh yeah, look at that.
The steering is amazing, by the way. It's super quick. And it's actually electric power steering.
Yeah, I know. Read off the specs. Yeah, and that brakes. Very
Brakes
good.
are pretty
When you're
good.
used to all my cars, you know, anything with brakes is like, oh.
Yeah, it's drums on the back with discs on the front, but because it's only 750 kilos, it tends to stop pretty well.
There is a light which I don't think is normal in this car, and that's that.
What's that?
It's actually a fuel light on.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen it while owning it?
Yeah, but that's because the fuel tank cylinder is broken.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering because I thought this car would never actually give you warning of low fuel
No.
because it would never.
No, just
go
keep
low.
going. Just
Yeah.
keeps going forever. Yeah.
All right. There's no point filming in the darkness, but we might have a little spin tomorrow. So.
Okay.
All right. Just travel time into the morning.
Yeah, thought we'd advance.
Yeah. It's a magic feature of this car. Now we go for the test drive again. I did drive this last night, and I feel a bit more confident now.
So it's a 3-cylinder with the battery assist, but you still have to rev it a fair amount in
Yeah.
traditional Honda.
Honda style.
Yeah, and the gears are very, very long.
Well, they wouldn't want you to not have that sporty feeling, would they?
Well, that's the thing. I think a lot of people are surprised when they get in that it's very light. The steering is electric assisted, but very, very gentle, and that puts us in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's a very thin car as well.
Yeah, no,
So
you can avoid all kind of SUVs and other assets on the road.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing they kept the weight down with all the batteries in the car as well.
Yeah, solid aluminium construction and a specialist factory.
Yeah.
So the whole car does not rust.
Pretty it's close to almost coach built, doesn't it? In terms of mass production.
Oh, it must have cost them a fortune to build them. And there were originally 70 in the UK,
Yeah.
right-hand drive, but now there's a lot more. A lot of people import them from Japan because, of course, they're right-hand drive.
Yeah, and it's probably in very good nick over there as well.
Indeed.
But what I like about it, it's you got to work the car, where you have to work the gears. You can't just. It doesn't drive you like an electric car. Wheels drives you basically. It's like a go-kart. But here you got gears. You got to engage. And
Yeah.
You got to get it in. Rev it. You got to get it right.
To get high miles per gallon, you can't just go on the motorway and sit at 70. You have to predict hills. You have to like let the momentum carry you. And it has one thing it does have, which you'll see once it warms up, it has an auto start stop,
Okay.
but is not in the least problematic. Whereas most start stops I just find annoying, but this
Yeah,
one,
the one we have just kind of stops when you don't want it to stop.
yeah. Whereas this one, it uses the motor on the back of the engine rather than a starter motor, so it's very gentle.
Nice.
There we go.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed that I'm really enjoying with this is the digital speedometer,
Oh yeah.
because it's not as we mentioned earlier, it's a screen, but it's not a traditional screen. There's different inputs. It's not you don't have a tablet attached to your car.
No, there's nothing to touch. It's traditional inputs, but with a futuristic dashboard,
Exactly,
which is
yeah.
just beautiful. At night time, of course, it really lights up.
It really pops.
Yeah. And you do actually have air conditioning, but I haven't got it to work yet, so I've got a new condenser and bits and pieces to go in.
It's getting ready.
And in terms of since I've bought it, it came from an old gentleman who he bought it from the sort of longer term owner who'd done the vast majority of the mileage, like 180,000.
So the first owner was like a Europe,
Yeah, he would
trans-Europe.
he would drive it from London to southern France or southern Spain, like every few weeks.
He used one gallon of gas.
Yeah, or he'd get there and then sell the excess petrol. And in England, And yeah, when that guy properly retired and actually wanted to get rid of it after a full Honda service history to 190 something.
Yeah.
This guy bought it, loved it, but it was too quirky for him. So he had a Volvo 164, do you know that old saloon?
Oh yeah.
And he also had it was a Singer Chamois, I think, Chamois.
Oh yeah, that's a little roaster thing.
Yeah, so he was interested in cars, but this one was like, oh, it needed a new battery, it was leaking water. The maintenance, I think, just was not. He wasn't a sort of 90s maintenance car person. So when I bought this, it was a
fixer upper.
Yeah, and it needed a bit of love. But so far, so good.
What did you do with the battery pack?
So I took it to a guy named Peter Perkins, who is the UK expert in insights.
Yeah.
And he does an exchange basis, so he refurbishes them.
Okay, yeah. And now it's working as it should.
Absolutely exactly as it should, yeah. So it went from 60 miles to the gallon just running on the 3-cylinder and being a bit gutless up hills and having to shift down to correct factory operation, which I'm very, very happy with.
I think you go from 61 horsepower to 67 when you got the battery engaged in the hills.
And also Peter did a little more trickery. Well, there are bits installed in this car that allow you to use the battery.
It's so nippy to steer this thing.
Yeah.
You can turn on the corner, like on the dime, as you say in America. It's really, how can I describe the car? It's
responsive, or
zippy,
super responsive.
Brakes are great because they're lightweight.
Yeah.
It's really fun to drive this thing. That's the important thing. Like sometimes you get an economy car and it's just not fun to drive because they have nothing really to offer. Well, this has lots to offer.
Yeah.
So,
oh, slight blockade.
Yeah. Love it, James. Very
good.
Cool.
Happy?
Yeah. Thanks for letting me drive it. This is great.
Yeah. It's another very not something anyone would have probably thought, oh, James is going to buy one of those, but I'm really glad I did.
No, you said you won't believe what I bought.
Yeah. That's what most people said. What? Anyway.
And the good thing is I have video proof from Japanese Car Day that I say I understand the insight, and I think it's kind of cool.
Before I bought one, yeah.
Exactly. I'm not one of those.
Oh, yeah, you can fit in any space. That's
any
the beauty.
Space,
Yeah, any space. And can you, in a turning circle, demonstrated, lock to lock is quite impressive.
That's amazing. Look at that. You don't get the full appreciation. Oh, look at that. He's going out from the other side.
This is brilliant.
Yes. My favourite kind of parking. And we are front out.
You know you're going to have a good day when the person in front of you at the car park moves, so you can go straight out.
Exactly.
Right.
Wonderful.
There we go. Yeah, it's a sort of split window that's become now very common as a signature for Toyota and Honda, I think.
So that's the screen in the back with the camera showing the road, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's actually virtual reality. So we're all wearing goggles right now.
It's called glass.
Glass, that's it.
Yeah, there's glass.
Yeah, it's like a ground-up sand proprietary technology.
Cool.
But
jokes aside, it's a really cool rear view on this. It makes you feel like you're in a space pod.
Yeah, I love the
2001 inside specifications. Aluminium alloy, 3-cylinder inline displacement 995cc. Fuel system, multi-point fuel injection. SAE.
But they've done everything, which is a functional luxury they've added to the car. Anything that's just visual luxury
with IMA 73
we didn't get to do it this time.
5-speed manual transmission. Final drive ratio 3.208. Fuel required regular unleaded. EPA mileage estimate 5-speed.
amazing.
City/highway 61 to 70.
Give you a nice white stripe.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Capacity coastal transportation.
All right, show me the heart, the thumping, yeah, something.
Yeah, the
no,
rampant,
we can't.
the rampant Vikings, the
The
thundering horses.
Mongolian hordes.
Yeah, the absolute cannibalistic race.
Okay,
bread.
well, for me, I can't. Modern cars got a plastic thing on top.
Oh, sorry, weight saving.
Oh, yeah.
That's miles per gallon.
Okay. Cool.
Right.
Here you can see the aluminium construction. Because
Yeah.
instead of brown stuff, you see like white stuff.
A little bit of corrosion. Yeah,
That's
but it's survived
nothing.
amazingly
Yeah,
well.
no, look
Yeah.
at this.
Yeah, battery tray, quite an expensive little battery as well. Everything's quite neat, small. You can see the air conditioning system as well. It's quite elaborate.
It's not as compact as I expected it to be.
Maybe. So what you've got is a 3-cylinder engine,
Yeah.
and then what's called integrated motor assist, which I've read off the front here, and that is that is the electric motor power on the side.
Yeah.
And that's why when you turn the key, it's instant start, and the start-stop is very, very effective and almost silent.
Okay.
Because
It's basically the electric engine turns it on.
exactly, it's bolted onto the
So
side.
it's like
so-
one big starter.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
You've still got ABS. You've still got all the safety features you need. Yeah, it's a high mileage vehicle, but
Yeah, no, you can see but it looks pretty tidy though. It's all there. It's all how it should be.
still tidying, still working. Still got to take out a few hoses, change the 2 radiators. I've got 2 radiators ready to go in.
Okay, yeah.
This is the air conditioning condenser, which has turned into some sort of nice little aluminium paste at the bottom of it.
Yeah, we'll leave that.
Yep, and the horn is comical. I don't know. Actually, this is actually hilarious.
Okay, there is a horn there. I can see it. Brace ourselves. Oh,
It's a clown car.
again?
It's like the angriest Robin ever
There you
in
go.
a car.
So this is half the action. The rest of the action's in the back.
That's true. Yes, we do. If you, yeah, let's just walk round.
SRS airbag. There you go. You are safe.
Oh, it's got one airbag. Yeah. Deleted the rear wiper because the rear wiper was huge and it did absolutely nothing. And as soon as you drive anyway, all the water just glides off because it's so aerodynamic. So
Well, it'd be
very
cool.
popular mod.
It'd be cool. It'd be good. We'll clean this up, put some glass ceramic on it, and then everything will just bead off beautifully.
There we go.
Here we have the trunk.
Every Honda comes with, of course, coffee, a finger sander, some fairy tablets and bananas. That's mandatory to carry that in. That's what Honda recommend. And then you have a very large load space that's flat but high. So
We can get 2 suitcases in there for your 2 passengers.
yeah, I've actually got a surprising amount in this. I think just because it's quite deceptive, it's like a long flat boot, and you also get a hatch here, which at the moment, because I've taken all the interior out to
so
dry
you got-
out, it's all full of screws, and you get a luggage net. But this is, and then underneath, if I show you very briefly,
Yep.
you take this out and you have a spare wheel and a toolkit. So a lot of people actually remove the spare wheel,
Okay, there we go. Oh, that's nice.
the spare wheel and the toolkit.
And it's a proper aluminium rim as well, because
yeah, it's,
Honda.
I think it might be, if it is aluminium or magnesium. But you get some very nice toolkits, very lightweight jacks,
Yep.
and you've actually got an extra sort of secret cubby hole here. This is the battery.
so rather than
Correct.
refurbishing your wheels, James, maybe we should find 4 wrecked ones.
Well, this is even smaller.
Oh.
This is even smaller.
Is
than...
it smaller? They've made an aluminium rim smaller
I'm
than.
gonna get this out. It's hilarious. It's, I don't know. This is like bumper car rims or something, or lawnmower wheels. You can speed up this footage, right?
I will. Don't worry.
Check it out.
Oh, there is. Wow. It's just they could have just made a. They could have made the
I actually am quite tempted now.
4 yellow ones like that. Low profile. There you go.
Yeah.
But that's still aluminium. That's still. It's not just a steel
No,
rim
it's
in
not
there.
just a crappy. Look at the effect. Look at
This
the.
must be the world's most expensive spare tire. to manufacture.
Unless you've got a Bugatti Veyron or something.
Yeah, but seriously, 90% of the world's spare tyres are not
our dreadful Steelies. Well, not dreadful, but
like Steelies, but yeah.
Anyway,
That's cool.
that's
thanks.
cool, isn't it? Yeah. I got some. Obviously, there were some bits missing when you got the car. So
No, that's great. That's a really nice combination of. Is that the original toolkits or something you put?
yeah,
Is it?
beautiful toolkit and jack. Honda, very stupidly like this is not. That's not the weight of a normal jack. It's so bizarre. And all I
Great.
did was clean it and grease it and.
Yeah, no, that's amazing.
I think it's rated for like only this car and small toy cars.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
That's the only. It's like do not use this on anything that might actually have an engine.
Okay.
And then the toolkit itself is just.
Well, it probably comes from the Honda
standard.
motorcycle division.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Maybe it is from them lot.
I'm just baffled that they did an aluminium rim spare
know.
tyre. Like,
Or I think it even might be. We'll have to look it up. It might be magnesium.
yeah.
It's one of the periodic table. There we go.
And the fender skirts, they're made out of plastic.
They are, yeah, and the screws often get really rusty and they're a massive fiddle. So I've replaced
custom
them.
made them,
Yeah, I replaced them with these Jesus partners. So you can just pull them out one quarter turn and they come out like that,
Okay, clever.
which is nice and easy.
Yeah.
Which means if you're ever on the side of the road, you don't actually need a screwdriver or a special tool.
No.
I think that was the way to go. And then these just pull down,
Yeah.
and there you go.
There you go. And that's a nice way to, if you want to rinse the car and wash it.
Yeah, well, as we did yesterday, we just gave it a quick.
Can't believe the mileage on this car because it's very. I guess if it was a steel car, it would be more rusty.
I think so. I think it was also pretty well kept. Like it was just generally. It might have done high mileage, but somebody obviously loved it. Well,
Yeah.
they did love it. The service history is huge. Reads like War and Peace, the Honda years.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, and the one piece of vandalism, other than this slight scratching it's had here with the key,
Yeah.
is when it was in Honda a few years ago for a service. Some thieves broke in and stole all the catalytic converters of all the brand new cars, including this one. So,
Nice.
so this one had its whole exhaust stolen, but because it was in for service, Honda then
Replaced
imported a
it.
brand
Well, they
new.
obviously had insurance, so yeah.
So they
Awesome.
So it's got a whole new brand new exhaust system.
That's
Which is
nice.
nice little bonus.
You replace the struts in the back to keep
Not yet.
No. Okay, so it's still a bit of a hazard to.
When you least expect it, it will hit you on the head.
Good. Well, thank you so much for letting me have a close peek at your car and the test drive. I really appreciated it. Conclusion, I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
If I didn't have 2 children and was married, I would definitely have one as well for long trips. This is
great. Yeah,
It's
I'm glad you
great.
liked
Like
it.
you can drive all over Europe with this and spend no money whatsoever.
True. Yeah, just going to keep on driving and improving it. Meanwhile, getting 70 miles to the gallon.
Literally, if you ever brew your own fuel, this would be the perfect car because you wouldn't need to brew a lot of it to get around.
I don't know if anybody's converted it to full electric, but I think that would be quite fun. I know there are improvements to the battery people do, like to lithium batteries and modern technology. I'm sure that makes a big difference.
But why?
For now, I'm just going to enjoy it as is. And
Why would you do it if it's a 3-cylinder, less than a litre? It's...
if anybody has a green Honda badge, which is rare as hen's teeth, please let me know.
Yeah, will do. All right, cheers, James.